I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We're joined by that magic Walnut. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, please introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm a new streamer. I somehow managed to get a lot in the past month. And well, for me, I stream a lot of things. I like horror the most. I hate jump scares, but I love horror. And I play a lot of other games too. But yeah,
So,
I'm terrible with intros, okay?
well, that's just fine. How and why did you get started?
Actually from three people, the reason why, which is the Russian Badger because of his absolute videos that break my sense of humor. Same with Smitty, same reason.
Yeah.
And Fillion. She's like the number one VTuber out there.
Yeah. She's certainly willing to give every bone in her body to it.
Yep.
Man, she's going to be. I can't imagine her medical bills by the time.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah, she's like the Lucille Ball of VTubers at this point. So when you did get started, how easy was it for you to to get yourself a model first of all, and to actually get on and start VTubing?
Well, for me, I started out with just making videos without any voice because my headphones that I have aren't very good. I have other headphones, like Bluetooth headphones, but they kind of hurt my ears, so I can't stream for too long.
Ah.
But I had a lot of help from some VTuber friends to set up my I got my model set up on VRoid Studio. That was
Right.
pretty easy. It's a free app that you can use for any streamers out here that are broke like me. And I was able to set it up on VC Face, which some of my stream friends helped me out with getting and setting up, and that's how I use my model.
Well, it sounds like to me you certainly did have some help along the way, which is good. You didn't have to, do everything from scratch quite so much on the way in. So when you did get started, what was your first stream like? Was it just an introduction, or did you go right into a game?
Just right into a game.
Well, which
I
one?
can't remember what game.
It's been
It was a
so
long time ago.
I can't remember. It's been too long.
Well, yeah, the first time I started streaming, I had the same setup I have now.
Uh-huh.
But one thing I was borrowing from my dad, but now I bought it off him. It took about 6 months for me to get it back. So I stopped streaming for about 6 months, and I had 3 subscribers after about a few months of streaming. Then 6-month break, and now I'm back to streaming.
So were they still waiting for you, or did you have to start over?
Oh, they were still waiting.
Right.
They were still following.
That's good.
But
That's good. Now, how about the VTubers that gave you some help? Have they brought you in for collaborations and such?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but we definitely do play games together.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's nice to be able to have kind of a group to rely on once you get started in this to kind of point you in the right direction, I guess.
Yep.
Well, so what do you want to do with your channel now that you got started with it? You want to keep doing the games you're doing, do kind of variety, or what?
Yeah, I do a variety of games. Every so often, followers I get, I do a Jackbox event. I'm at 30, so next week I'm going to do a Jackbox event. And you can join if you want. But I do have a lot of fun with them. Last time it was chaotic.
Well.
But I do a lot of different games. I recently asked my people on my Discord about what free games I can get because, well, I don't have much money.
Right.
And I like to stream whatever I can. And I try to keep the most positive attitude I can. Sometimes I get pissed off, but then again, who doesn't?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're playing a game, you're going to get mad eventually and say words in different situations you normally wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I told a guy who started golf up once. I said, "You're not a golfer yet until you've used four-letter words in combinations you've never heard before, and you've helicoptered a club halfway down the fairway."
What?
Yeah, you got to be able to curse in the right way and be able to throw a club a certain distance. Then you're a golfer.
Jeez.
And this was I'm talking to a Division 1 college basketball coach. He was just got started golfing. Who never cursed in his life. He just thought that was funny. Um, the uh, the streaming itself have once you get some folks online and you have you're interacting with your chat. Was that has that been easy for you, or has that been a little tough to do that in your game at the same time?
Well, sometimes a little bit more difficult, but most of the time I try and keep on point with chat, whatever they say.
Hmm.
Um, and it's a bit easier right now, but if I do manage to get a lot more followers, then it'll be a lot more difficult.
Hmm.
But I try my absolute best to respond to every message I get because I don't really get all that many.
Mm. Well, it can't be easy once if you're in a game it's like a lot of these horror games you're talking about. You need to have your eyes on the screen, otherwise you're going to have your eyes taken out.
Yeah, have like I have autism and ADHD, so it's like easier for me to like multitask.
Mm.
So like I'm able to keep my eye on the chat and the eye on the game at the same time most of the time.
Ah, there you go.
Except for like jump scares, then I jump out of my skin every time.
Which I imagine the audience loves.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
Keep coming back for the super scares. So what's the game
Yeah.
that's shocked you the most, that's given you the most jump scares so far?
Um, it's in between Phasmophobia and Golgotha.
Mm. Yeah, either one of them will do
I'm
that.
pretty sure everybody. I'm pretty sure Phasmophobia everybody knows, or at least if you don't, go check it out. It's pretty. It's really. It's sometimes scary, but also sometimes not. And Golgotha, it kept. I only had one jump scare,
Yeah.
but I was terrified 90% of the time.
And that's the difference between some horror games. Some horror games are just jump scare, jump scare, jump scare. Some of them actually have the constant horror to go with it. Um,
Yeah,
would you rather have that, or would you have the ones that occasionally try to jump out at you?
the ones that keep you on your toes the entire time, like a Golfa, that's like probably one of the scarier horror games I played
Mm,
because I was on my toes the entire time and didn't get used to jump scares. There was only like one, maybe two.
mm. So you were waiting for them, but they were just holding their punches back
Yep.
for the right.
Like every room I entered was like jump scare, jump scare, no jump scare. Where's the jump scares?
You're waiting for the
And then
jump scare.
eventually there wasn't much of a jump scare, but still it scared me a bit.
Mm. When you're finally getting used to how things going, then they throw the curveball, and then
Yep.
then you're out of your shoes at that point.
Yep.
So with a game like Phasmophobia, I've watched it since it got started. I've watched other people play it. It has changed a lot from the very beginning. They've added so many
Hmm.
different things to it. Do you think that's a game that you'll be able to continue enjoying later, and or is it one that's
Probably yeah.
yeah, it doesn't seem like one that wears out its welcome very quickly. You can come back to it at any time.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you get bored of it, you can stop playing it for a while, but then eventually you just got to come back. It's that kind of game.
Yeah, those are the ones that's the most bang for your buck there to
Yeah.
be able to keep coming back to it. What other? I see you play other games besides the horror ones, obviously. What type of games do you play?
Um, I play a lot actually. Hold on, let me minimize Discord.
Mm,
I have Bigfoot, Binding of Isaac. I'm gonna be streaming Dirge soon.
mm,
Um, I streamed Lethal Company, Overwatch, and Dead by Daylight.
right.
Um, and I'm hoping to stream like a lot of. I have a lot of games that I want to stream.
Mm.
Way too many I want to stream.
Well, that's nice to. But you already do you have the games already?
Yep.
Well, there you go. I mean, you've got an endless supply of things
Yep.
to stream at that point. The Dead by Daylight, it seems like it would be fun for me for a while, but then I would get frustrated because I'd always be hung on a hook. Uh, it
Yeah.
it d- have you been able to find did you been able to get any sort of momentum on that game?
You just have to find your niche, I guess. Like you have to find out what you're good at, and you have to test out each character.
Mm,
For me, I find that I'm better with stealth,
mm.
but sometimes, like with stealth and just running the way, or just running away if I get seen. But whenever I run, I end up getting caught most of the time, except for when I stun them and manage to hide in a locker.
Mm. And
But with playing as killer, the two that I love playing the most is the Dredge and the Unknown, because both of them can teleport. And on certain maps, the Dredge is a lot better than the Unknown, and on other maps, the Unknown is a lot better than the Dredge.
ah, depending on the terrain and all that stuff, I imagine.
Yep.
So you have to even as the killer, you have to come up with strategies.
Yep.
You know, that would be me. I'd be into killer chasing everybody and not catching anyone, and like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. For me, that's why I like teleporting, because if I can't, then it's a lot hard for me to catch people.
Yeah, yeah. You can stay one step ahead of them, or kind of lure them into something, chase
Yep.
them into a place where you can teleport to. Um,
Yeah, the reason why I like the Dredge and the Unknown is because the Dredge can teleport to every single locker on map,
hmm
and the Unknown has like a ranged attack that if you hit them twice with, and then it takes them down by one hit point.
hmm
And you can teleport to like your little copies, I guess,
mm,
but it has a cooldown.
cool. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you have to take that into account, I imagine, when you're doing it. Otherwise, you
Yep.
leave yourself weak in the process. Um,
Yeah.
so what are some of the games that you would like to stream but you haven't done it yet that you have in your library?
Oh, well, I don't have Five Nights at Freddy's, but I really want to stream that.
you, you're a glutton for this stuff.
Yes.
Any other games that you haven't streamed yet?
Let me go on to check.
Mm,
So I have a lot of games.
hmm
Dark Deception I didn't stream, but I cannot get to the first level because I'm just way too terrified of that. Um, Indigo Park I'm thinking of streaming soon.
Yeah.
Poppy Playtime as well.
Oh my.
Um, I'm thinking of streaming Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion.
Yeah.
I played that before, but Gargoyle Cutouts get me more than anything. Um, for me, just I want to stream everything that I can.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like although you say you don't have fun with them, it sounds like you're having fun with horror games anyway.
Oh yes, I love having fun. I have fun, so much fun with horror games, but I'm terrible at jump scares.
So that draws the audience to you. They become endeared with the way that you handle those sorts of things. Um,
Yeah, I certainly hope so.
yeah. Now, while you were growing up, did you have an idea about being an entertainer at all, or
Oh, not at all.
yeah? So
Well, an actor, but that's just about it. I used to be in drama and I did a few school plays.
yeah.
But when I was in high school, I mostly just did the background stuff.
Mm.
I
Oh,
wasn't really like I have stage fright,
right.
so that's why I like well, there's two reasons why am a VTuber is because one, I don't want to get fame. I don't really want to show my face and get fame. I
hmm
and two, I have stage fright.
Oh, I mean, it's
That's the reason why I joined drama, and I ended up loving it so much.
yeah. Well, a lot of people have that. I mean, I do. I've had it in the past, and I've had back in the old radio days. There were times when I'd had a couple thousand people listening to me on the radio. But you get me in front of 10 people, and I just freeze up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a big
it's a lot
difference.
easier online.
Yeah, and as long as you don't, have you realized yet the potential audience that could be watching you at any time? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you could be talking with somebody standing upside down on the other side of the world at this point.
hmm
Mm. So how does that hit you, and does that affect stage fright at all?
No, it's a lot easier to like. It's a lot easier to be myself than to act,
Mm.
and that's what I try and do. Like it's a lot easier when I'm online. It's a lot easier when I'm online to communicate than when I'm in person because, well,
Mm.
I'm kind of antisocial sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know I am. I join us in the antisocial group, which automatically makes it a social group, doesn't it? Um, the
Yeah.
the being in front of a crowd and entertaining them, um, for someone who is got a little bit of stage fright, and although you wanted to do the acting, it still requires a bit of stepping out into the unknown,
Yeah.
to do that sort of thing. So how did you get that courage up to do that?
Oh, it was difficult. Let's just say that.
Mm,
Uh, it was a lot harder than one would think, but a lot easier than others would think.
mm,
It was very difficult, but very easy. Like once I started, especially with like lights on me, it was hard to see the crowd, so it was like a lot easier to do that.
right.
Um, but with even one person in front of me acting was like a bit odd. But like for me, I've always wanted to sing in front of people as well, but but I can't. It's just like one thing that my mind does not let me do.
Mm,
Even when I try to sound awful in front of people, but on my own, it's kind of like those memes when you're singing on your own, you sound amazing. When you're singing in front of people, you have billions of voice cracks.
yeah, yeah. There's nothing is quite right, and even though it could be perfectly fine for the people who are listening to it, you don't feel comfortable doing
Hmm.
it, and
Yeah.
that's a big difference. So, with that, have you thought about doing any singing online, recording and putting that on the
Um,
streams?
I have, but I've never really done it. Sometimes I hum or like scat, I guess, when I am gaming. That's just about it.
Mm. So we're not going to be seeing any Walnut covers soon.
Probably not anytime soon. I do play the piano though.
Oh, really? So how long
Yep.
have you been a piano player?
Uh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Uh, as long as
I
you.
actually have like, yeah, my dad found out that I had perfect pitch.
Mm.
Like, I am terrible with reading music notes, but I am really good with like playing songs from memory and hearing.
Oh, wow. Oh, I am very jealous of that. Um.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like for me, I don't always like to stay on like I don't always like to try and get every single note correct.
Right.
But or like I don't like to spend hours trying to get one song perfectly done, like and memorizing all of it.
Right.
But I do have one song that I made a while ago. I don't have piano anymore,
Mm.
but I used to.
Yeah.
And like there is no notes for the song, it's just all in my head.
Oh. Well, I mean that's what type of music was it? Was it jazz? Was it classical type or?
Not really, but it had a shit ton of emotion.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I when you watch the great piano players on YouTube, and especially with jazz musicians like Oscar Peterson, who is I think is one of the most awesome piano players that ever existed. Um, their live performances aren't the same anyway.
Mhm.
Um, if they just played the notes, then it's you might as well have an AI doing it. But
Yeah,
but putting your own spin on things makes it very unique.
yeah.
Is that what you tried to do with music?
Um, kind of. I don't really know what genre it would go into though. Like,
Mm,
I think it would probably go into more classical, but I don't know. Like, there's three different parts to it. I think one's more like not really jazz, but not really anything else.
mm,
But yeah, some it gets me like I can just feel tears behind my eyes every time I play it.
wow. Okay.
It just has all the memories.
Mm. Oh, more romantic type stuff.
Um, I wouldn't say that, but also kind of.
Mm, that's cool. Yeah.
Like, I guess the song just reminds people of like the good, the bad, and like the everything.
Mm, okay. We used to call that. We had different formats for like that in radio back in the day. Now, if you were able to get a keyboard that would be able to work with your computer, would you do some live piano online?
Maybe.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to have
Yeah.
to be able to do that online and not only kind of satisfy your sweet tooth as far as it goes, but to be able to explore a few more different things on your stream.
I do have a keyboard, but it does not sound very good, and also like I don't think I can hook it up to a computer.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I have no idea about how to do that either. I don't I don't know, but I've seen other people do it. Um, I hope that you do get that chance to do it soon, so you can show it off a little bit
Yeah.
and because I really do envy anybody who can play a piano.
Well, you can play. It just takes time.
Yeah,
For
well,
some, they're really lucky. For others, they're not.
yeah, some of us
Like for
have,
me, I cannot play guitar at all. I
yeah,
tried, but it hurts my fingers way too much, and I can never press down the strings hard enough.
yeah. Well, I have stubby fingers and and arthritic ones at this point, so it's a little tough to start at this juncture. But my wife can play some, and that's good to hear. But anybody who can do that sort of thing and put a little spin on it, not just play the notes as you said,
Yeah.
add your own little take to it. That is really
Yeah.
a great talent. I hope you're able to get back to that very soon and show the people what you got
Yeah.
as far as that goes.
I like to go down to the library downtown and play the piano there sometimes.
Ah, cool.
It's a grand piano too.
Oh, so you really get the sound off that one.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm. Take take your record it sometime and put it on stream.
Yeah, but like I don't really want to show my face.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
like this song is still in progress actually. It's not 100% done.
Yeah.
Like it's been I've had that song in the process for over 2 years now. And it's not like I'm just doing slight edits to make it sound even that like just a bit better
Yeah.
because it's not quite perfect. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to making music.
So what you're saying is this isn't ever going to be actually done.
Oh yeah, no, it's nowhere near done.
It's just going to keep running through your head and evolving all the time.
Yep.
That's an
Yeah. And
artist.
after not playing it for a while, I sometimes forget some notes,
Hmm.
but I remembered after a bit, but
Yeah,
I somehow changed the notes to make it sound even better.
yeah. That's an artist talk there. That's artist talk.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried the art type things?
What do you mean by that?
Drawing, using electronic art.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I used to be in art class as well. I'm actually getting back into painting and I'm trying a new paint style I never really tried before because I am terrible with painting.
mm,
But I found one type of painting that I'm good at, which is just like tapping the canvas.
almost a pointillism type thing,
Yep.
except with the dot 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 that type of thing.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
cool.
I get the brush like um perfectly vertical with the canvas and I just tap it.
Mm. Now I see. I would have no coordination with that whatsoever. I'd just plow it right through the canvas, and you'd have big holes everywhere. But so what do you type? What do you like to paint? What type of things? Still life?
Well, like not really. I just paint whatever I want to, really. And it's like I'm really good with sketching eyes. Like I make hyper realistic eyes, but I can't really draw well with anything else all that much.
Mm.
Like hands, they just look like weird sausages.
Yeah, but even the Grand Masters had trouble with hands, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
That's a little joke that was been played on people that you can have hands, but you can't draw them
Hmm.
that over the time. So have you got big plans right now for your channel? Have you got some type of goal in the short term you're working toward?
Well, like know I said that I don't really want to be famous, but like eventually when I reach like I doubt this will happen, but if I do manage to reach 1 million subscribers on YouTube, not on Twitch, on YouTube,
Hmm.
I will do a live face reveal.
Mm. All righty. So that's something to look forward to. We are gonna have all the
Yep.
links to your stuff on the description for this particular video. Um,
Yep.
Once you got started on it, when you first got your channel started, did you have a set goal for what you wanted to do with it, or was it just let's have some fun?
But it's just let's have some fun.
Mm, and it's just let's see what we can do and enjoy it. Let other people enjoy it as well.
Yep.
Well, that's great, and it sounds like you're having fun with it.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we are going to get that schedule down soon and be able to do the regular everyday streams. How many times a week are you going to stream?
Well, it depends, because like my dad is like I rent out the basement in my dad's place, but he he wants me to like do things in the mornings
Mm,
before he allows internet. So I have to do things first in the mornings every morning before I can have internet, and normally I stream after.
mm,
But sometimes I don't really feel like it.
mm. Well, yeah,
Like, I think yesterday I streamed for a bit, then after I gamed with my friends.
yeah, yeah, and it might be a little. A lot of folks are saying that it's easier to gain followers if you do have that regular schedule up. That's something
Yep.
you look forward to try to do in the future.
Yep. And like when I eventually move out, I'm hoping to stream at least 3 times a week.
Wow. Yeah, so it sounds like you got a plan going and you're enjoying yourself, and
Yep.
we've absolutely enjoyed having you on. Thank you so much,
Hmm.
Walnut, for coming on with us. Again, we're going to have all the links in the description for this particular interview. And once you get up and going and get that keyboard ready and all
Yep.
everything for your channel, we'll have you on again soon. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.